everybody, welcome back to How to Renovate. I'm Tyler Fever with Terraform Industries and we're back at Shady Lane. We've had a pretty busy week. We've been going at some more framing. We've got our attic trusses up, we've got the dormers framed, second floor is sheeted. So we thought we'd just update you, so follow me and we'll take you through the garage. Alright, so last time we left you guys, we had the walls framed up but the sheathing wasn't on. Right now what we've done is we've got the sheathing on and we've had to do it to a certain engineer's spec. This is basically what we call a shear wall. And the reason we do this is so that we can get nailing patterns all the way around our plywood sheet, just not on the verticals. Inside we've put solid blocking so that we can nail the entire seam, perimeter, and as well as the vertical studs. On the inside, you can see here, we managed to put some solid blocking. This is by the engineer spec. So you can see here, this is a very conventional way. You have your airspace and your sheet gets nailed vertically and your studs. Here is where the engineers called for the shear walls. It's only in certain areas and this is basically to strengthen the building. So you can see this is our blocking we put in for solid blocking, and that allows the outside sheet to be nailed all the way around the perimeter and on the studs. And then, like I suggested before, there's a nailing pattern, 4 inches around the perimeter and 6 inches on the vertical. So the engineer is going to come out, look at this and say, okay, he'll pass it to make sure it's nailed off. There's certain areas, mainly in the corner, on this back corner, you can see the solid blocking again. This section of wall is just kind of your conventional sheathing, and then along the back wall. So wherever you see that blocking, it's basically where the shear walls are. So here's our existing garage. This is the one we're trying to match. As you can see, we have the 18-foot overhead door. Behind me, you can see we have the small window, which is in basically the hallway that's leading to that garage. And then when we look at the new garage, you can see we've kept the same size overhead door. We've kept a matching window on the end, which is again is going to be in the hallway. And then you can see as well with our trusses, we've kept the same pitch. We've also kept the 2 windows at the front of the garage the same size. So when this garage is complete, it's going to be a little bit smaller version of the original garage, and that's simply because we needed to have our setbacks from the side property line. So this garage is about 19 feet, the other one I believe is 24. So same, but just a little smaller. So we're just going to explain to you the layout of how this garage is going to work. I know sometimes it's hard to visualize when it's just sticks and framing and sheathing and wood. So we're basically standing in the inside of the garage. You guys are kind of outside looking in through the overhead door. We obviously, the hole at the end here is going to be a front window. We're trying to design this garage to match the existing garage as close as possible. So we're trying to keep everything in kind of like a mirror image. However, this garage being a little smaller, that window's a little smaller, the door is still the same size, but we're trying to keep it in kind of context with the house. Back in this corner will be an outside door, basically a man door coming in the back of the garage. You're going to come into a small landing, and then we're going to have a set of stairs. So the stairs are going to come up, there's a landing here, they're going to turn and then go up to the upper floor where the attic trusses are. So we actually have a second floor of the garage. Down this breezeway, we're going to have another man door here to separate the garage from the house, which will open into the garage. We'll go down this hallway, and then to the left at the end of the hallway will be the opening to access the house. So we'll be able to access the garage from inside. So the reason we have the garage attached to the house and we've had to do this breezeway is if we went with a conventional detached garage, the city has limitations to height. So for us to get that second story in, their regulations say that we have to have it attached or accessible from the house. So that's why we've created this breezeway that goes to the house so that we can have our attic space and get the second story in. As you can see, we're on the second story now. This is basically our attic trusses. Where I'm standing is eventually where the stairs are going to go down and then back into the garage. Behind me, you can see how big and how spacious this upper room is going to be. You can also see how it's going to give us those really neat ceiling lines again with having that attic truss. You can also notice this is the breezeway that's leading back to the house. This is all ready for sheathing on the roof as well. We've got our rafters in and our sub fascia on, so things are really moving along.